On Sunday the 18th of December, BNP activists, mobilised by our online members forum, gathered in central Birmingham to hold a candlelight vigil for the forgotten white victims of racist murder in Britain. Local newspaper records tell us that the first anti-white racist murder in our country occurred as long ago as 1905. The vast majority, however, have taken place much more recently, with a shocking 90 of them since the publication of the Macpherson report just 5 years ago. This epidemic of racist murder is being deliberately covered up by the politically correct police force, the mass media, and the old political parties. And as a direct result of this wall of silence, nothing is being done to deal with the problem, thereby condemning even more innocents to death and their families to heartbreak. The vigil to draw attention to this injustice attracted nearly 100 BNP activists from as far away as Liverpool, Yorkshire and the South West. They were joined in lighting candles by at least as many members of the public, including several from ethnic minorities. Dozens of them expressed their shock at hearing about the hidden epidemic of murder and took photos on their mobiles to pass the news on to friends. The only lack of sympathy came from the Blair regime's robocops. This short piece of video footage shows clearly the extent of public interest in this issue and the enormous power of such symbolic demonstrations, especially on such an emotive issue as this. The extent of the media's complicity in the establishment cover-up of anti-white racist violence can be gauged by the fact that the Birmingham papers and regional TV stations totally ignored the event, even though they'd been told about it in advance. Any story involving racism which doesn't fit the PC stereotype of wicked white perpetrators and innocent non-white victims is immediately consigned to an Orwellian memory hole. If you doubt this, just Google the names Stephen Lawrence and Anthony Walker, and then do the same with the names of just a few of recent white victims, such as Gavin Hopley, Lee Martin, Scott Pritchard, or Sean White. The media wall of silence when the victims are white is absolutely disgusting. The British National Party is active in demanding recognition for the suffering of all victims of racist murder, justice for their families, and action to get to grips with the scandal, and make this growing wave of racist murders a thing of the past.
Just a boy of 19 years, he brought us joy, he brought us tears. 19 years, they go so fast, but the memories will last, will last. These prosperous times, these happy days, these lives to live, these changing ways. New generation British youth, but soon we'd see the painful truth, the painful truth. 19 years that made the boy, 19 years his parents' joy, 19 years they stole away, 19 years lost in a day, lost in a day. And so it was that winter's night, wrong part of town they made him fight. Dark as the night and cold as steel, they cared not for the pain he'd feel, the pain he'd feel. And the boy fell to the ground, lying still he made no sound, all alone without a friend. 19 years came to an end, came to an end. And the blood it drained away unto the cold streets where he lay, and the rain came falling down unto this foreign part of town, this part of town. 19 years that made the boy, 19 years his parents' joy, 19 years they stole away, 19 years lost in a day, lost in a day. They said the murderers would pay. They said they'd put those men away. But years have gone and they're still free. There was no justice we could see, that we could see. The politicians looked away. They cannot who those people slay. 'Cause if you're white, your life is cheap, and all our people do is sleep. All they do is sleep. But Gavin Harpley will not die. We will keep on asking why. We'll keep his memory alive, and for his sake this land will thrive. This land will thrive. 19 years that made the boy, 19 years his parents' joy, 19 years they stole away, 19 years lost in a day, lost in a day.
Despite overwhelming public interest and sympathy, and a total lack of complaints or any sort of confrontation, the vigil was broken up by the police. Several hundred onlookers watched in shocked amazement as officers moved in to take down the explanatory posters and seize the pictures of the victims. When people in the crowd, including members of the public, started to object and boo the police interference, two plainclothes officers tried to block our cameraman's view and knock the boom microphone off his camera so he couldn't record the popular reaction and the shame of Birmingham's police force. If a demonstration about a wave of hushed-up murders like this was broken up in, for example, Putin's Russia, it would be a major news story on the BBC. But when the victims are only young white Britons in their own country, the controlled and politically correct media are as bad as the police.